I'd like to discuss the appeal of Andrés Manuel López Obrador, also known as AMLO. He is the current president of Mexico. So if you don't know who I'm talking about, this is a quick visual of him, so you know what he looks like. And let's begin with his early life. So he was born in 1953, and he's been in politics for most of his life, or at least involved in them. So he's been affiliated, or he was affiliated with the PRI from the 1970s to 1988. PRI was the dominant Mexican political party from the end of the Mexican Revolution, which took place from around 1910 to 1920, and they were dominant until around 2000. So he was upset with the handling of the 1988 Mexican presidential election, so he joined the PRD political party. He ran in 1994 for the governor of Tabasco in that election with the PRD, but he did lose. However, in 2000, he ran for the mayor of Mexico City with the PRD party, and he did win that. And then in 2006, he ran for president of Mexico for the first time with the PRD, but he did lose that election. Now, he tried to run again for the presidency. That was 2006. He ran for the first time here. But skip ahead, as Mexican presidential terms are 6 years. He did not run again in 2012, but he did run in 2018. However, before then, 2014, as he was taking these steps to get elected to the presidency, he created a new political party called Morena. And then in 2018, he ran for office again, the office of the presidency. And political parties, the PRI, the very dominant party, had 16% of the vote. The PAN and the PRD had 22% of the vote. So the PAN is more of the right-leaning political party in Mexico, and the PRD is more of the left-leaning political party in Mexico. And they both aligned in this election. They got 22% of the vote, and Morena got 53% of the vote. Morena is a coalition and involvement of some of Mexico's left, some conservative religious groups, some close ties to the military, all that type of stuff. But looking into the important facts of the 2018 election, which really gets to why he was an appealing candidate, there was some glaring inequality and widespread poverty in Mexico. The more north you get in Mexico, the more strong the economy is. The more south you go, the more poverty that's present. There's escalating crime, could be coupled with cartels and such, and then rampant corruption. But he did win, and looking at what he's done as president, his inauguration, he got a spiritual cleansing, through native methods from the people who lived in Mexico before it became Mexico, and that really tied into the native voters. Now, he's really to be this popular person that can go into any crowd and talk to them, talk to the people. People enjoy him, so he sold like bulletproof and luxury presidential vehicles, showing he doesn't need any of that because he's trying to be closer to the people, be like some of the people. Doing a lot for the poor was one of his main priorities, more for the poor than for the wealthy. So he raised the minimum wage 3 times in Mexico. There were direct payments to 23 million low-income Mexicans. He centralized the office of the presidency to be able to help the people with less wealth in Mexico. COVID-19 was an interesting stance he had on it. He didn't really think many of the medical precautions needed to be taken. He suggested some spirituality, maybe being honest, not cheating, would help someone not catch COVID. However, he did catch COVID-19 in January 2021. And also in 2019, he said he's not looking to have a constitutional amendment change to run for the president of Mexico again, as presidents in Mexico are only allowed 1 term, but they are allowed 6 years in that term.